Hey Paisanos, it's the Retrocore Classic Gaming Music Show. I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits yesterday gaming style. Alright people, I know it's been 1 whole week, or 2 weeks without the show, and I know people need their video game fixed. That's why this show is going to be pretty long. We got a lot of requests. Jennifer finally sent in her request from her whenever she guessed the song right on the cool spot, which was like 2 or 3 episodes back. And Sober actually won the last guess the song. So, not to mention just, I think 2 or 3 just regular requests. So, we have a lot of video game music to cover. So, to kick things off, we're going to start it off with Chrono Trigger like we do. Then I got one from the Nintendo and one from the Super Nintendo. So, here we go, folks. Enjoy. there's some variety there for you folks. First one up was Secret of the Forest from good old Chrono Trigger, followed by Stage 1 from The Adventures of Dino Riki on the Nintendo. And lastly, we had, what was that called? It's on the tip of my tongue here. Oh, Unkai, which is the first stage from Axelay on the Super Nintendo. Good stuff. Oh, good stuff. I forgot to mention at the start of the show, tonight marks the 2 years that I and other friends have been podcasting. It all started with Gaming Core 2 years ago. If you want to know what that is, that was us reviewing games and such, but in a much more fun manner, I guess you could say. It wasn't so serious. If you're interested in that, just check it out at gamingcore.podomatic.com. Like I said, just to have fun, go listen to it. The next one on the list, it's for us launch PlayStation 1 owners out there. You got the demo disc, and you played this game. So here's a track from it to take you back to the year 1990, 5, 6ish. So here you are.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach ya. Sure to beat ya. Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick,
kick,
punch,
punch,
chop,
chop,
block. Once more now, kick, punch, chop,
chop,
and block. Don't get cocky, it's gonna get rocky. We're gonna move down to the next jockey. Now duck, jump,
jump,
turn, pause. Listen carefully, jump,
pause,
duck, and turn. Yeah, I see you're getting better. Kick to the limit in order to get her. Now kick, punch, chop, block,
chop, block,
chop, kick, punch, block. Gonna get harder now, duck and jump, turn and pause, duck and turn, jump and pause. Come on now, why don't you follow my words? Because we're almost done. I'll make it easier first. I wanna see if you wanna see what it means to be the man with the master plan. Are you the man now? Here we go now. Kick, punch, block.
kick, punch, block,
Chop, kick, block.
chop, kick, block,
Block, duck, and kick it.
block, turn, kick,
Block, duck, punch.
block, stop, punch,
Duck, duck, turn.
turn,
Jump, kick, chop.
chop, kick, chop,
And punch, punch, punch. Action. That's it for today. Good job, PaRappa. You can go on to the next stage now.
Yahoo! All right.
Yeah, folks, I did it. I played you some PaRappa the Rapper there. Well, the first one there. Chop Chop Master Onion Rap. The demo. That's the only way I played the game. I've actually never played the full game. But, yeah, that's the song I remember from the game because of the demo that came with the PlayStation 1. Thank you, Sony, I guess. After that, we had that old army game, which is from the game Toy Story on the Sega Genesis. I don't know if it was a very popular game. I own the game, not gonna lie, and I enjoyed it. So, alright, next up, I just got 3 songs, random songs. I know the first one's awesome as hell. If you're a bad enough dude like myself, you've eaten, however you say it, eaten a burger with the president before. And if you've done that, like me, you're a bad enough dude, you know what this song is. It is the ending theme to Good Old Bad Dudes. I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday gaming style. Okay, so first up there again was the end theme from Bad Dudes, followed by, Seaside Front from Airbuster, but that was the arcade version. If you're a fan of this show and you've listened to it in the past, you know I really like Airbuster soundtrack. And that's the arcade version. Usually I play the Sega Genesis version. I'm sorry for my cat in the background. That sucks if you listen. But yeah, I'm fond of the Airbuster music. And lastly was Boss Battle from Ninja Gaiden 2. We're just under the halfway mark of the show. I'm gonna go ahead and do plugs. Yes, plugs. Because it's time for requests, and like I said, there's a lot of them. So, first up on the plugs is check us out on vagary.tv or the gaming sears/vagary.tv. Also on Unnamed Gaming, which is a pretty awesome gaming site that gives you current up-to news. You can also follow them on Twitter under the same name, Unnamed Gaming, or the website unnamedgaming.com. Both of our shows are there too. Also, check us out on, of course, Podomatic, both retrocore.podomatic.com and retrocoreclassicgamingmusic.podomatic.com. And lastly, check out Sober's podcast, which is gamesociety.podomatic.com. Okay, now it is time for the request. First up, Juan pointed out in an email that I haven't played much Blaster Master music, and that's a shame. I agree, Juan. So does Socks. I'm gonna play Stage 1 music from Blaster Master, and then we'll get into another request. So, here you go, Juan. So there you go, Juan. I hope that fills your Blaster Master music needs for now. I'm sure I'll play more in the future. I know you asked for Little Nemo music, but I need to doctor that up, like splice it together and make it longer sometime. Because each track from that game, with the game rip, is only 30 seconds long or more. So, yeah, I just don't think it's like worth playing 30 seconds of an awesome song. When I'll make it longer and do it some other time. So, next on the request list is one from Matthew Nunez, or Nunez. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Little tipsy, been drinking now, not gonna lie. I like to drink during this show. It's my casual kind of show where I just sit back, talk about video game music, so, nothing wrong with that. But he requested one from Rock and Roll Racing, and he didn't care what track. And I've never played this game before, and upon playing some of the music from it, it's freaking awesome. I'm going to play track 2, which is actually Crazy Train. Yes, Ozzy's Crazy Train. Yeah, just listen. Here we are, folks. Rock and Roll Racing, as requested by Matthew Nunes. There you are, Matthew. Track from Rock and Roll Racing, which is Theme 2, aka Ozzy's Crazy Train. And if you ask me, that's a pretty good conversion to a video game format, so pretty damn good. Coming up next is Poison Peach's requests when she won the Cool Spot Guess the Song shows ago, 3 probably. She just now got the request to me, which is fine. She requested the intro from Megaman 3, and one from Earthworm Jim, and then some from LUNAR. So we'll get to the first 2, alright? We'll get to Megaman 3 and Earthworm Jim, as requested by PP, or Poison Peach. So there's two of your requests, Poison Peach. First one again was the title or intro of Mega Man 3. Also, Brentalfloss did that. I know you don't like him, but he did that. Every did it too. Followed by What the Heck, which is from Earthworm Jim. If that version sounded funny to you, well, screw you, because that's a Sega version. The version I grew up with had, and so I'll play the Sega version, even though the audio is not as good. So, coming up next, I have 3 tracks, all from Poison Peach. They are all from LUNAR, the Silver Star Story, complete. So, let's listen, shall we?
Wishing on a dream that seems far off, hoping it will come today. Into the starlit night, foolish dreamers turn their gaze, waiting on a shooting star. But what if that star is not to come? Will their dreams fade to nothing when the horizon darkens most? We all need to believe there is hope. Is an angel watching closely over me? Can there be a guiding light I've yet to see? I know my heart should guide me, but there's a hole within my soul. What will fill this emptiness inside of me? Am I to be satisfied without knowing? I wish then for a chance to see. Now all I need is my star to
Grindery, Four Heroes, and Luna's Boat Song, all from LUNAR Silver Star Story Complete, as requested by Poison Peach. PP, you broke Retrocore's rule of sappy video game music lyrics. I'm just kidding, but I hate, for the most part, 97.9% of the time, I cannot stand video game music with lyrics. So, just throwing that out there. I've shared it before, and I rarely do it, so, unless it's Brentalfloss, which segues into Brentalfloss. Sober, he guessed the last song right, which is from Willow. Here's a little reminder of what that sounded like. So yeah, that's Willow, the overworld theme. He guessed that right, Sober did. And woots to you, and thank you for picking Brentalfloss as a request. I like any excuse to play the floss. You requested Mario 2 with lyrics and Ducktales with lyrics, so without further ado, here we go!
You beat the game, yeah, dude, you were supreme. But I hate to inform you, it was all just a dream. Yes, really, you stayed up late. You played until your thumbs bled. But it was all just made up in Homeboy's head. Was Megaman 2 all a dream? No. A boy and his blob all a dream? No. We won't get back all the hours we played. Now we feel empty and betrayed. Ouch, my feelings. There was no password and no stage select. Just a couple of warps and 2 continues protected us. We had to work to make this cartridge our bitch, but we fell into the classic bait and switch. Mario 1, all a dream. No. Mario Mario 3 all a dream? No, Mario 2's the black sheep of the bunch. How could that be? I have a hunch. Mario 2, you're enjoyable, yes. You're both grueling and fun. You put us kids to the test for sure. But the game ends on such a cop-outy note. Whoever's idea that was can lick my scrot. Lickety-lick on my scrot. La 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 la. Lickety-lick on my scrot. La 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 la. Lickety-lick upon my scrot. Brentalfloss now appearing on Screw Attack. Bitches. Ducks. Yes, ducks in outer space from the Disney afternoon to the moon. Wait, Uncle Scrooge, you need a suit out there. How are you alive? You need heat. Also air. That's gotta be one expensive cane. You are up on the moon, looking for treasure. You've gone insane. Ooh, crazy duck in space. Yeah, you're really greedy and you're old. You got a creepy Scottish accent, dude, and you bathe in gold. That's kind of good for you. This ought to be the ending credits theme. It's a soaring song, flying high like a dream. But it was used as a level 2, underscoring the life of a retarded mallard on the fucking moon. Ooh, crazy duck in space, so I hope you keep me in the wheel. You could buy the moon and say, put it on my bill, on my bill. You're a duck, oh my God. Scrooge McDuck, you're on the moon.
There you are, Sober. Some floss. I don't blame you one bit. I love the floss. If you support Brentalfloss, be on the lookout for his CD, which should be available here shortly. He's hard at work making the CD. Of course, there will be lyrics that are, they're longer, extended versions, never before heard songs, and, all that good stuff. So, I'll definitely be buying it, and more than likely be sharing it on the show. But, if you're a supporter of the floss, go buy it. Thank you, Sober. Mario 2 with lyrics, and Ducktales with lyrics. Next up, Sober requests Final Fantasy VII song, but it's a piano track. And it's the sad, sad, sad Aerith theme. So we'll play that. Then he requested one from Wizards and Warriors, and lastly, Rambo. So the next 3 tracks are all courtesy of Sober. So I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips. A little tipsy, sorry. Bringing you the hits of yesterday, gaming style. So there you have it, Sober. You were the winner. You guessed Willow, and you get the prize of 5 songs of your choice. We played Mario 2 with lyrics, Ducktales with lyrics by Brentalfloss. Then we played the Sad Aerith theme piano version, which is always a good cry, and in my opinion would really, really suck ass if it had lyrics. That song is perfect the way it is, and I hope if the remake ever does happen, I hope they do not add lyrics to that. That would, oh god. Okay, I'm drunk and rambling. Then we had Forest from Wizards and Warriors, which is an awesome Nintendo game, followed by Rambo, which is an awesome game too, on the Nintendo, which is the Stage 1 music. So now that all the requests are out of the way, and yes, we are now over an hour already. Told you the show's going to be a little bit longer. Told you the requests piled up. But, with that out of the way, it's time to guess the song. So, without further ado, if you want to pick 5 tracks of your choice, then you need to tell me what this song is. So yeah, tell me what that song was. Email your response to retrocore@hotmail.com, and you can pick 5 songs of your choice, and I will play them, just like I did all these other songs. So, now I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's over an hour long. Sexy Lips is going to cut it off now. No more video game tunes for me. Nope. It's late night, I'm drunk, and I'm feeling saucy. That was pretty... Never mind. Coming up next is the continuation of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 music from last show. We're going to pick it up at the Casino Night Zone, one of my favorite tracks. And we'll play 3 more tracks in level order until we reach the end of all the good Sonic the Hedgehog music. So, it's going to be a long continuation. This Sunday, hopefully, everything permitting, Poison Peach will be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to continue our review of Sonic the Hedgehog. I know it's been a while, but I did it a couple of shows back. I reviewed the first one, and we're going to go like that. And I am rambling once again, so I am DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday gaming style. Sonic 2, baby! Okay, folks, so that's the end of the Sonic 2 continuation this week. We started off with Casino Night Zone, followed by Hilltop Zone, and lastly, on the top of my freaking head. This is what happens when you drink and it's late night, folks. Mystic Cave Zone. Yes. See, if I pull up the actual playlist I have typed up on Notepad, it stops Adobe from recording. So this is why you hear me hang up sometimes on the names, because I have to remember before I come on the air, so to say. So, excuse me there. We are at the end of the show at last. I say at last because it's hard for me to control the mouse. And I'm wondering why I'm pretty drunk. And I forgot, I bought this Heineken at a liquor store. Therefore, it is stronger, because we live in Oklahoma, a dry state. Our convenience store beer, our store beer is 3.2. But our liquor store beer is 6 point, which is probably normal for the mass, but not here. So, I'm pretty drunk. I finished off all the Heinekens I had left. I think there were 7 in there. I didn't even get to my 24-ounce Budweiser. But Heineken, you're my new friend. I will say that. And I am rambling. Oh my god, I am rambling. I am so sorry, people. Let's see here. It's time for Then and Now. Then and Now, okay, I know what you're thinking. Last couple shows I've done nothing but Brentalfloss Then and Nows. Well, Brentalfloss is saving his with lyrics for the upcoming CD now. So, I won't have no more to share. So you might be thinking, what's Sexy Lips gonna play? Well, if you recall, and if you're a fan of both podcasts of ours, you might recall last week Retrocore, which was just hosted by me. Poison Peach didn't make it. I did a review on A Boy and His Blob on the Nintendo, and also on the Wii version, which is a remake or reimagination, air quotes if you will. So, what I'm going to do is play the original A Boy and His Blob track, a Blob on Earth, followed by the retro, yes, this is the name of the actual song on the Wii version, Retro Remix. So I'm going to play A Boy and His Blob on Earth from A Boy and His Blob on Nintendo, followed by Retro Remix from A Boy and His Blob on the Wii. I know that's probably confusing, and I am pretty friggin' drunk. I can't explain I love you, Heineken. Long time. I am going to buy you this Friday when I go to Sober's for a party. So, yeah, expect this again, Sober. Alright, folks, time for A Boy and His Blob. Then and Now. Wow. Alright, I have been your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday gaming style.